are recording.
Episode 9.
We're back.
Back again.
9 episodes in now.
Almost at double
It's
digits.
feeling good. I hope everyone's having a good week, and a good month, whatever.
Yeah, I mean,
whenever you listen to
10
this.
episodes in, I'd say that's pretty good.
Yeah.
And for the quality we've had, I don't know. I think we
mean,
got to give ourselves a pat on the back.
I enjoy it. I don't know if they enjoy it, but I enjoy it.
We'll see. Leave a like, please, guys.
Yeah.
Stopping us over here.
Leave a like, a comment, subscribe, and follow us on the socials.
Exactly. Pop it up on screen as always.
Matt and JD, Twitter, Instagram. Comment at us. DM us. Slide in our DMs.
Yeah, whatever you want.
Yeah, whatever you want to do.
Yeah.
Talk to us. But yeah, life's pretty good. Spring break's coming up.
Almost there. I mean, teachers feel like they have to, pound on work for some reason this
Why do they do that? It's not like it's summer break. The class doesn't end. You don't have to cram everything in before it ends.
They're like, oh, God, the world's ending. Just give these kids the worst.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. But we are about 3 days away. I can't wait. What are you doing on spring break?
Whole lot of nothing, to be honest. I've probably hit the gym and go to work.
That's not bad, though. It's kind of nice to just have a staycation.
It is, yeah. I don't mind it. It's anything without school's the greatest.
Exactly.
How about you, though? Where are you going?
I'm going to Virginia. Yeah, I'm flying out
Look at this kid.
Thursday. Well, this is before you guys hear this. But yeah, I'm flying down there. I got some siblings that live there.
Okay.
I'll go visit them.
All right. West Virginia? Virginia? Which one?
Just Virginia.
All right. So you're not taking the country roads.
No, not taking the country roads. Not with John Denver. But yeah, so that's what I'm doing. That's what he's doing.
We got a tasty podcast today. I'm not going to lie.
It's kind of like a big melting pot of a bunch of topics. We kind of have a lot on the plate for today.
Yeah, we're gonna cover some news today. We got the whole Kardashian scandal. There's a whole lot of things going on with the Kardashians right now.
Yeah, a couple different ones doing a couple different things.
Yeah, we're gonna dive deep into all that stuff. Not too deep because we really don't care, but we'll dive into it.
We gotta talk about it, I guess. We'll give our opinions.
And then what do we got?
We got LeBron James just
kind of being a dick.
I know.
It's weird.
It's just, you guys will see some clips. You can tell us what you think, but from what I'm seeing, granted, I'm a biased Celtics fan.
Yeah.
I've always hated LeBron, but just now he's just doing stupid stuff.
Right, and we'll show you the clips once we get to that.
We'll talk about it.
And then we got kind of a special for this podcast.
Yeah, it's not so much a segment because it's a little bit longer than a segment.
Right.
But it's we're calling it the Versus episode.
Yeah, so it's basically us going to be going through a bunch of things, and we're going to compare them and see what we like better than the other. And
yeah, maybe we'll fight. Maybe there'll be blood. I don't know.
And
Stay tuned.
You guys are probably going to tear your hair out because how could they like this one thing and not this?
We haven't talked about what we prefer over the other, so this is going to be news to us too. So
definitely. So you don't want to miss that.
No. So definitely stay tuned and definitely subscribe. But all right. So we are kicking off with the Kardashians.
Yes.
Which one do you want to start with? There's 3 different things we got to talk about.
Well, let's start off with the first one. We got Khloe. So Tristan Thompson, basketball player.
Yeah.
Not married, but is she married to Khloe? I don't know. They're together.
I don't even know.
They had a kid. They had a kid together.
Yeah, they did have a kid.
Tristan cheated on her the first time with somebody. Whatever. They got back together.
Yep.
Now Tristan Thompson cheated on Khloe again, but this time
with her best friend.
With her best friend, who is, well, no, it's not her best friend. It's Kylie Jenner's best friend.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
So Kylie Jenner's best friend, Jordan Woods, I think her name is, cheated with Tristan Thompson.
Who lives on? She lives on their
one thing
property
with that
too.
Is,
it's in a guest house.
It's you kind of messed up, bro. These people, you were boys with the Kardashians.
Yeah.
Why would you just mess up your life? You're not gonna get the same money.
I know. It's a whole situation that I just really don't get from
it's
both
so
sides, from Tristan's side and Jordan's side. Why? I don't know.
Even Khloe's side too, in a way. I guess Khloe wants to keep that family because I guess something. Didn't Lamar Odom really mess her up one time?
Something like that. I don't.
And then
know.
Tristan cheated on the first time and the second time. I feel like she just wants a family, especially for her daughter. Mm-hmm. But at the same time, this dude obviously has no respect for you. Why even stay with him? Why? And I slightly feel that this is part of the publicity stunt. And I'm not saying that it happened because it's a publicity stunt, but maybe because it happened, they're trying to blow it up out of proportion. Because this could have easily been kept as private as possible.
See, my thing is why is she even going back to him? Because they are getting back together, right?
I don't know. I think she wants to. I think she wants to.
Well, all I know is that it's not a done deal. They're not completely over. But why? This has happened before.
Right.
Why? Everyone deserves a second chance, But, when they start making the 3rd, 4th, 5th mistake, you got to just
you have to kick them to the curb because obviously they have no respect for you.
And also, it's not just her, it's the kid now.
Yeah.
You can't have this type of negativity around a kid.
Absolutely not.
It's
and
awful.
if you did it the first time, when you were pregnant and did it the second time after you're pregnant. There's nothing stopping them from doing the third, fourth, and fifth time.
It makes no sense. And
it's stupid.
Yeah, you just got to get away from that.
It's typical. I feel like it's typical Kardashian stuff. Oh, it happened, but let's blow it up because tell me not. Khloe could have easily dealt this in private. Yeah, it might have been a rumor like, Tristan cheated on whatever. But then, like, you don't have to come out and say all this stuff that she said.
I mean, their whole life has been in the spotlight, so why not just put this in the spotlight too? So
it gets your name, like they say, no bad coverage is no coverage is bad coverage because your name is out there regardless. Yep. So
now, one thing we want to talk about, like on the on social media, everyone's debating whether it's Jordan's fault, Tristan's fault. First off, it's both their fault. It wouldn't be so much Jordan's fault if she wasn't best friends with the family,
right?
But she is, so she's in on this. It's her fault, partly her fault. Tristan, though, I put all the blame on him.
Bro, like, if he doesn't want to be with her, just leave.
Exactly.
Like, I don't get it.
Don't
like,
do stupid shit.
You're not
like
tied down to her.
Yeah.
Just leave, bro. And honestly, I could give literally zero, whats, but it's just so many people talk about it. It's just we just had to cover it.
Yeah.
It's just like celebrity relationships is a funny thing.
Kardashians that much
because they're always like in the headlines. Like they'll dominate the headlines, especially if it's the Kardashians.
Yep.
And if you really think about it, how weird is that we are so worked up about
this one family?
Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy.
It disgusts me a little bit,
especially for the people that barely even care about their families. But they care more about the Kardashians. It's crazy.
It's sad, but it's true.
Yeah.
So they're not the only Kardashians in the news.
No, we
also have Kylie, right?
Yeah. Well, she's not really a Kardashian, but she is a Kardashian.
She's in the family somehow.
Yeah. She's a Jenner.
Yeah.
Which I don't know. It's a whole complex.
Whatever.
Kylie Jenner.
Yeah.
Her man Travis Scott. She had suspicions that he was cheating. Travis was like, no way. He actually canceled one of his shows to go see her to reassure her.
Which, in my opinion, that just ruined the show for thousands of people that thought they were going to see a Travis show.
And I know there's going to be people saying, like, oh my God, he's the sweetest. He canceled the show. But at the same time, like, I heard it's not true. I heard that he didn't cheat and that everything's fine now. So if that was the case, then why not just, kind of work that over the phone and, perform the show, then fly there? Like, I don't know.
Plus, if you're at a point where your significant other thinks you're cheating and doesn't trust you,
yeah,
you guys got problems to begin with.
Right.
Even if you didn't cheat, you guys got some sort of issues. That's just messed up.
That's messed up. And again, maybe this is another thing with the Kardashians. Maybe this is not serious. Maybe they kind of stage this. Mm-hmm. Maybe it's true. I don't know. Regardless, it blew up like always with the Kardashians.
Oh, of course.
And yeah, so I guess things are good with them. Again, I could care less, but I guess I'm happy for them because I'd never like to see relationships get torn apart. So good for them.
And we have one more story still in the same family. And I believe it's Kylie again, right?
Yeah, Kylie.
Kylie Jenner just announced today is the youngest self-made billionaire. And she just beat out Mark Zuckerberg.
It's crazy.
For the youngest.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, hats off to her, I got to say. I mean, I know people say, is she self-made? She grew up in a rich family. But if that's the case, Bill Gates was also raised in a rich family.
Yeah. But, I mean, no one really...
Because, think about it. All right.
No one really stresses the fact about Bill Gates being self-made, though. They just know Bill Gates
makes a lot of money.
A millionaire, billionaire, you know what I'm saying?
And I guess Kylie's not the one that said self-made.
Carly.
She would be...
Great show. All right.
She should have been the world's
True.
youngest billionaire. Yeah. But Kylie, I mean, she didn't really pick the headline, like, self-made.
Yeah.
I guess that's like Forbes.
Well, it's just like the whole thing. Wasn't it Donald Trump, his fortune? Everyone makes a big deal about him coming up from nothing, even though he was given $1 million loan from his father.
That's
worse.
Not nothing. That's even worse than Kylie.
Yeah. Self-made to me is someone that literally comes out of nothing with a genius idea or something that they turn into a ridiculous profit. I'd almost
say like Gary Vee. He's not quite at the millionaire status, but he was someone like who literally grew up in Russia. Belarus, under Russian control. And then he's just grinded, sold wine, and he became
his family lived in like a one-room apartment or something like that.
That's
for the
like
longest
self-made.
time. Yeah, because he came from nothing. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like Kylie and Donald Trump and Bill Gates, like they came from something.
The thing I'll say with at least Kylie is, I mean, look how many other kids of famous people there are and how, I guess, non-successful they are. I mean, no offense to Willow Smith, but I mean, what's she doing nowadays? She's
more successful than other people. She's just not
of course,
like a billionaire.
That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
Like compared to Kylie Jenner, and I get it's kind of different because they're not in like a show limelight, whatever.
And they're also not going the like entrepreneurial.
I mean, you could even say Jaden Smith because Jaden Smith started that water company with his dad. What is it, Just Water or something?
Something like that.
He's trying to be an entrepreneur, and I'm not knocking him because they're obviously doing good for themselves. But they're obviously not at Kylie's level. Like Kylie is a global phenomenon. She is loved around the world.
And what she's doing right is what every rich person needs to do. And if they're not doing it, they're just stupid. Is investing.
Yes.
And because she has her own business, she has multiple businesses and the TV shows and stuff like this. But she invests it too,
right?
Which is why all these millionaires and billionaires, they don't get that just from their business. They get it from investing too.
Exactly.
Which is what, if you're rich, that's what you need to do.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And she is very smart, just because social media influencing. Just look how powerful her influence is. Like when she goes on Snapchat, hey guys, here's my Kylie Jenner lip.
I'm sorry, what did he just say? You
guys aren't going to hear that on the podcast.
Maybe in a blooper reel or something.
Kylie Jenner lip kit. That's what I meant to say. I'm sorry, it slipped on my tongue. And she goes on Snapchat, though, and she's saying all this stuff. People are eating that up, and they're like, oh, my God, I got to get this.
Yeah.
And it's just, she's smart.
And they want it not just because, who knows if it's even a good product.
Right.
They want it just because she has it.
Think about it.
Yeah.
How many girls do you see on social media that look suspiciously similar to Kylie Jenner?
Oh, yeah.
People are getting, surgery to look like...
I mean, the whole, Kylie Jenner lip challenge thing.
Right.
The hype that got.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I can see why people are criticizing the self-made, but I've seen other people criticizing her for just being successful. Like, she was rich. I was like, you know how hard it is to become a billionaire. I get it was easier because she had money, but it's not. It's not just a walk in the park.
Yeah, I'd say it was easy for her to be a millionaire, but not. She's the one that turned that into a billion.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I definitely applaud what she's done.
Right.
I just don't consider her self-made. In
I
my
agree.
opinion,
yeah.
I don't see her as self-made.
Yeah, it's kind of a strange thing to think about too, because again, she, especially maybe even if she was just rich, but she was also already famous in a sense, so that kind of helped it in a way.
And Mark Zuckerberg, I don't really know his past, where he came from, but I mean he had a genius idea that blew up. You know what I'm saying? And just his whole business ideas were genius. He's in the news lately for his
bad things,
selling the data.
Yeah, but he was more of a self-made. I would agree too,
I would say that. Yeah,
because he started in his college or dorms.
Steve Jobs too.
Definitely, definitely.
All right, so I think that's gonna do it for the Kardashians.
That was enough airtime.
We've already given them way too much time. Now let's move on to another scumbag. No, I'm just. We're talking about LeBron James.
Oh, LeBron.
Now, I appreciate greatness. I'm not going to lie. He's one of the best basketball players of all time.
I agree.
Is he the greatest basketball player of all time?
Debatable.
I don't know because I didn't really get to see Michael Jordan play.
Right. I mean, Kobe Bryant's in the mix in there.
That's true. No, you're absolutely right. It's definitely the three of them at the top.
Yeah.
But I never really got to see MJ play, so I can't say whether LeBron's better. I'm not going to say whether LeBron's better, but I am going to say that LeBron is a douchebag.
Yeah. The thing, it's so tough because I see the things he does outside the court, and you're like, wow, dude, LeBron is a cool dude. But I'm not gonna lie, lately the clips that we're gonna show you, it's a pretty dick move.
It's awful, and I mean, so we'll show you this first clip, and it's LeBron playing defense. Well, more of his lack of defense.
Yes.
And it's ridiculous because in his press conferences, he's always preaching that the team needs to show up in order for them to make the playoffs. And, they need to take this seriously. And then you see these videos where he's not even playing defense. They're running zone coverage and someone comes into his zone and he just backs off. Right. Or they're running man and he just completely leaves his man wide open.
Yeah.
And he starts boxing out for the rebound before the guy even shoots the ball. He's not even on his man. And it's just, it's ridiculous. You can't preach that you're a team leader and preach that everyone else needs to work harder when you're not even doing it.
Yeah, it's not the LeBron I remember watching because, I mean, he was always kind of cocky, but he would always. I
He would
was
show up to
different.
play.
Yeah, it was different
Yeah.
when he was in the Cavaliers that first season where he like just blew up.
Yeah.
It was different. I feel like now, I don't want to say it's getting to his head, but it's kind of like he kind of feels like he's better than everyone else, which shouldn't be the case.
Yeah, like, and there was another. I don't know if you guys saw the video. There was a video of him drinking wine on the bench when he was playing. He was out injured.
Really,
He was drinking wine on the bench.
I mean, how long was he injured for?
He was out a couple weeks, I think. But and also, like, he walked into the stadium one night with a glass of wine. Like, granted, when he was on the bench, it was in a bottle. But like,
Is that bad though?
Before a game to be drinking wine?
Well, you said he was on the. Oh, he's on the bench. Oh, he wasn't injured?
Well, this was 2 different times.
Okay.
One time he was walking into the stadium drinking a
And
glass
that
of wine
was
in a
before the game.
glass before a game.
It's the thing I'll say about that is I know some people think wine does good things for you, like a glass of wine a day.
Mm-hmm.
I can't go too hard on them because I've seen people.
Which I think it does. I think there's science that proves that like one glass of wine.
So I
is
can't
good
say
for
too
you.
much on that one, but I can see why people, because it's alcohol before a game, it's not smart. That's not
No, that doesn't make any sense.
right.
I mean, even from the health standpoint, I believe what they're saying is like it has certain things in it, vitamins or whatever, that's good for you long term. But before a basketball game, like, you shouldn't be drinking that.
It is a strange one.
Yeah, you should be drinking, I don't know, like Gatorade, something with
Well,
electrolytes or something like that.
I think Dustin Pedroia drinks like 3 Red Bulls before a game.
Okay, I'm not saying that's any better, but
I know, I'm just saying.
It
There's
doesn't have-
there's some weird athletes that drink some weird things. I'm just saying.
there's no alcohol in a Red Bull. Granted, it's not healthy. It's probably worse for him than the glass of wine, but still, I don't know.
Yeah.
Just the whole message that comes with
No, I
drinking a
agree.
glass of
Yeah.
wine before a game.
Yeah.
That's just so uncalled for. No one else does it. That's the thing. No one else does it but LeBron.
He's just
LeBron
trying
walks in
to-
with a glass of
he's
wine.
just trying to be a
because
hot
he thinks
shot.
he can. He
Yeah.
thinks he's better than everybody else.
Right.
And he just has no respect for coaches or teammates or anything.
The
He
media
just-
too.
Yeah,
I mean,
he thinks
we'll
he's
play-
above all.
Yeah, we'll play the clip. So obviously you guys saw, it's debatable. What is he trying to do? Was he trying to hit the light? Was he trying to
Yeah.
bounce to the ball boy? Personally, I think he was trying to bounce to the ball boy, but the way he bounced the ball was definitely very responsible because it's just like, oh, let me
Yeah.
see if I can get it over, and if I can, it's going to hit him.
See, I'm going to challenge you on that because LeBron James, arguably the best basketball player of all time. Bounce passes are a big part of the game.
Yeah.
How does he mess that up?
Dude,
I feel like he's so accurate
you
with
think
that.
he actually tried to hit the light?
I hate the guy. So yes, I do.
I don't think he did, dude. I'll be honest. Because
He
the ball
hates
boy
the
was
media.
there. He was like, he does hate the media. I agree.
He always tries to show him up, so why not break
You
one of
agree.
their lights? And I mean, he has the money to replace it.
I know, but I think regardless if he was trying to break it or if it was like an accident, he was trying to aim for that, but he was still trying to be irresponsible with the bounce ball.
Yeah.
It's still a terrible, terrible look. And he didn't even.
Plus-
it didn't even look like he apologized
Exactly.
after.
After he broke the light, he showed no remorse. He didn't
Yeah.
like run over and he was like, "Oh my god, I'm so sorry,
That's-
guys." Like he just stood there and watched.
I'm sorry. The best. At least my favorite athletes are the people that they act cocky when they they're doing good in the game against their opponents, but also the athletes that are very humble, and then at the same they're humble in the sense like they're very real. So they can be cocky, whatever, show the lip when they need to when people are giving it to them, but then they'll also be humble and kind.
Exactly.
On the back burner.
That's why Derek Jeter is one of the greatest baseball players of all time. And talent wise, he was still nasty, but
Yeah.
talent wise, he's not the greatest of all time. But attitude wise, like I don't know if he ever got ejected from a game just because he was so humble. He was so he knew that he was given the opportunity to play a sport for a living, which I feel like all these sports players that like get ejected and do stupid shit, they don't realize like how lucky they are.
Right.
Like LeBron. Yeah, you're one of the best of all time.
Yeah.
But appreciate that you have this chance to do this for a living.
Right.
Because it's rare. It's so rare.
And that being said, I know he's a dick in these clips. I feel like this is kind of like almost like flashbacks of Ronaldo. Like Ronaldo on the field, super arrogant, super cocky. I've never seen him do this kind of shit where he doesn't like maybe yell at teammates, yes, but maybe not the media thing. I've never seen him do that. He's hit like fans in the stands and he's like gone over, apologized, gave him a shirt, whatever. But I can see where people say he's arrogant on the field, okay? But I know off the field, Ronaldo's a great guy. He's one of the most charitable athletes. Same. LeBron is not the same as Ronaldo, but he does do a lot for charity.
He does. He just opened a whole school and
right,
stuff like
right.
that.
He's a
Like,
kind guy off the field, but doesn't change the fact he's a dick on the court.
Yeah,
You know,
exactly.
it's bad.
His ego is just way too big.
Right.
You know, it's bad. And I know everyone's gonna hate me for bringing him up again, but if you look at someone like Tom Brady, what I mean, the only bad thing people have to say about him is that they think he cheats. I'm not gonna get into that.
And kisses his son on the lips.
But he didn't cheat. Yes, he does kiss his son on the lips.
That's what people go crazy about.
I don't know what to say about that. I can't even back him up on that. That's just weird.
But the important stuff.
The important stuff is, like, you know, he shakes the ref's hand before every game.
Right.
You know, he has so much respect for the ref. Granted, if they miss a call, like, his emotions get the better of him, but, like, he goes back and, you know, he talks to him calmly later on. And, like, he just has so much respect. If you look at his press conferences, so much respect for coaches and all the players, both teams. Like, that's who you need to model yourself after. Right. And LeBron just doesn't do that.
Right. And especially even Brady, he gives lip when he needs to. Like, and it's not like crazy, like arrogant lip, but it's like, all right, these people are, you know, talking crap about me. You know, I'm gonna give them this little dig.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Exactly. And that's why LeBron just, I can't stand
I remember
him.
he sat down. I mean, rightfully so. He was dragging his teammates through the dirt. That playoff, like those playoffs, he was like really popping off. But at the same time, it was like the press conference, and he was just sat down on the floor.
Yeah.
Just like, and like with all his, you know, teammates just talking, and he was just like, and I get you're nasty, all right?
Mm-hmm.
He is nasty, but that shit would not fly in soccer because you have to be a team. At least in soccer, because I say soccer because I know soccer and I watch the team aspect. Doesn't matter how great you are, they'll respect you because of your talent, but you have to respect them because that's how they're gonna work for them. They're not gonna work for you if they don't respect you, and that just goes along with this. If he complains about his teammates all the time, but he just needs to realize that if he gains their respect, then they're gonna want to work for him and everything. You know what I mean?
And if you don't know what video he was talking about, it was after the finals, I think last year, right?
Right.
Or
I could probably pop
whenever they won, or actually I think it was when they beat the Celtics last year
Yeah.
in the Eastern Conference Finals, and LeBron was interviewed, and mid-interview he sat down and made the reporter ask him questions on the ground because you know he said he was too tired, implying that you know he carried the team.
Right.
And like you said, it's just you don't do that.
No,
you don't. You have to have respect for because it makes your teammates look bad.
Right.
Just like you said,
Right.
It makes them look like they did nothing when in fact you can't win just one person.
No, and then also it also creates that kind of tension in the locker room because it's like, well, damn, like screw that guy. You know, he obviously doesn't think I'm good enough, and it just ruins the whole team dynamic. Again, he's great, but I don't think people are gonna look at him as great if he keeps up this act. He's got to change up his attitude on the court.
Yeah. And I mean, I feel like it's too late. I mean, he's pretty much done this his whole career. It's gotten worse and worse. I mean, he wasn't as bad at the beginning.
Right.
But this is why I just think Kobe's way better than LeBron.
His attitude is super
he's way better. And granted, just like Brady, I mean, he had his times.
Yeah, every athlete loses their cool once in a while.
Yeah, exactly. That's just part of playing sports.
Right.
You know, if you played sports, you know that. But Kobe was just so much better with that. And I don't know. It really bugs me when LeBron, you know, with a player of his caliber, does something like this.
Exactly. Because I don't want to keep going on with this. It's whatever. LeBron, please just change up.
Just
disappointing
stop,
me,
dude. Come on. All right, we're moving on to the main event.
All right.
And this is what, the Versus?
The Versus
series,
podcast.
the Versus podcast.
Yeah.
The Versus podcast. All right, so up first, in one corner, we got waffles versus in the other corner, pancakes.
This is a tough one.
I already know mine.
I'm going to go waffles.
Same. I'm not a big pancake guy.
You don't like pancakes?
I've never liked pancakes. I'm going to be honest.
All right. Never? No, that's some cruel words.
See, it just like every now and then, like if I had to, like, you know, if my mom makes a big breakfast when we were younger.
That hurts me.
Chocolate chips, though. It has to have chocolate chips.
Oh, I like
just regular pancakes. Doesn't cut it.
Regular pancakes
got to be a waffle.
Aren't as great, but chocolate chip pancakes, bro, you're telling me you don't like those?
They're okay.
Dude, see, I'll pick waffles, right? I'll pick waffles.
Yeah.
I like pancakes because, you know, I'm at a restaurant and maybe they don't serve like a Belgian waffle. That's what I usually get at a restaurant, but if not, they have pancakes. I like pancakes. You know, they're a nice alternative. The thing is, they're soft. With the waffle, They're crispy.
Has a nice crisp
and
to
it's
it.
got that fluffiness in the middle, especially
Plus,
the Belgian
a
waffles.
lot of places put the whipped cream on top.
Right.
And it's just
It's beautiful.
It's amazing.
I agree.
It's amazing.
But you gotta put a little bit of respect on pancakes. You know, they walked so waffles could run.
See, all right. Full disclosure.
Okay.
I'm not a big breakfast fan.
What?
I'm sorry.
All right, this is gonna go into one of our verses.
I know. So I'm not going to talk about it a lot now, but
Okay.
that's why. Yes.
All right.
So,
We'll discuss that later.
yeah.
But I guess we'll both pick waffles because we
Yes.
agree the crispiness.
So waffles is the winner.
Respect.
Ring
Respect.
the
pancakes,
bell,
though.
like ding ding.
Hashtag respect pancakes.
Yeah.
Come on.
I don't know. All right. So moving on, we got Friends versus The Office.
Now I already know your answer.
Well, I don't know.
You're gonna pick Friends.
There's many things. There's many details to talk about here because they're of two completely different times.
Right.
So you're gonna say The Office, right?
Right.
I'm gonna say Friends just to be, just to pick
I
the
think
other
you.
side.
I think you low key like the Friends better though.
I don't know though. I think The Office is funnier, but the reason I think that is because the jokes from The Office are more modern, like more our time. You know, like they make jokes about like Britney Spears.
Right.
I think they make jokes about Lady Gaga. You know, like stuff we know about. Friends, I watch it and I'm gonna be honest, I don't get some of the references.
Yeah, some of them they use names that I'm not really sure.
Exactly,
of.
which is
Yeah.
why I think The Office is funnier.
I just think the idea of The Office is just, I don't know, it's so different compared to whatever we've seen, even Friends.
You're totally right about
but
that.
just that aspect of how they made it so different, but it's literally just one office, and
Now the reason you know it's so good is all the TV shows that are like taking that idea.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Especially like Parks and Rec and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Even though it's made by the same creators, but
Yeah.
But I don't know. It's like it's literally just an office, a branch in a paper selling company, and it's just you think that would be the most boring thing, but it's literally the most interesting, funny thing ever. And the jokes they use, like there is no person on TV funnier than Michael Scott.
Because they tried out a whole new type of humor. It's like that dry, awkward humor.
Yeah.
And no one ever thought it would work, especially because, and this is so tough to pit them against each other because they are totally
They're different.
You know, like Friends, you have a studio audience. The
I
Office, you don't.
didn't even notice.
There's no laughs. There's no laugh tracks in The Office, which is what makes it funnier for that type of humor because it's so awkward.
Yeah.
Like think about all the situations of Michael Scott just being totally, messed up and awkward, and they just let it sit there, and there's no laugh.
Yeah, it's just like you just see like the paper like copying in the background. Yeah, that's funny. Yeah.
So they're just totally different.
They
things.
are different.
One thing that Friends has over The Office. Are you ready?
Go ahead.
One word: longevity. The Office faded out. Season 7 was the last good season of The Office.
I don't agree.
You have to agree. When they lost Steve Carell, the show went downhill.
Okay.
Granted, it held on.
Right.
With Dwight and Jim. They held it together.
Right.
But it was not nearly as good as when Steve Carell was there.
Wasn't as good, but it wasn't bad.
Yes. But I think Friends remained good throughohout the entire series.
Right. I hear a lot of people don't like Friends. I like Friends, but I'm just playing devil's advocate.
It's just not their time.
That, and I think they see like the whole story with Rachel and Ross is just kind of messy.
Yeah, I mean, if you really want to dissect this, so that story, like Ross and Rachel, the first season that you want them to be together,
right?
They finally get together. The next season they screw it up. They're not together for like the entire series,
right? And
then they finally get back together.
I don't like the way Friends end.
Friends ended. You don't like the ending?
No.
All right, we'll get back to that. But The Office, Jim and Pam right from the start, it's a constant build up. So we're constantly getting to it, and then we get there, and it stays there. And then we have that like one weird thing where like the boom mic guy.
Yeah. We don't really know if he's trying to hit on her.
I don't know. You thought that like some affair was gonna happen, right? But it's Jim and Pam. It wasn't gonna happen. But I mean, we see that in different shows. I mean, Parks and Rec that has kind of like it's two different people and their love stories is kind of. I'm not gonna get into that. But like for instance, I watched New Girl, and that sitcom had a love story like Friends, where it's like the two characters you wanted to be together got together, then they broke up, and then they got together at the end. So I don't know. It's weird. You want to talk about the endings though?
Yeah. Well, spoiler alert for I don't know how you haven't watched these two shows.
If you haven't, then I mean, just
I'm sorry.
Throw your computer out the window and never touch an electronic ever again. The show is literally except to listen to our podcast.
Yeah, you're gonna need one.
Yeah.
But I don't know, just how sudden like Ross and Rachel kind of got back together, and then the ending. I didn't feel satisfied.
See, what I think they should have done is when Ross and Rachel had the kid,
Yeah.
they should have gotten back together.
Right.
And so they could have spent, I don't remember how long they had the kid for, but like a season, you know, of them together instead of doing it right at the end. So that kind of sucks.
Yeah, and then it's just like, what was the final decision? Like, she wanted to go to Paris, right, for her job.
For a job, yeah.
And then he wanted to stay obviously in New York.
Mm-hmm.
And then it just ended. And
well, no, it ended with him. So he said he was going to be okay with it, and then at the last minute he went to the airport, but she was at a different airport.
Right. Yeah.
And so Phoebe was trying to race him to the other airport, but it was too late.
And she flew away.
So, actually, I think she told him. Yeah. He caught her. He told her that he still loves her.
Yeah.
And then she got on the plane because she was in shock, and then she called him when he was home. She was like, I gotta get off the plane, and then she shows up and she's like, I got off the plane. They kiss. It's great.
That just gives me anxiety because I don't know what happens. I want to see them happy. I've waited the whole show.
I was so that like I don't know the exact number. There was like a solid 6 episodes or 8 episodes where they were together, and I was like, yes. I was like, we did it. And then they break up.
I've waited the whole show to see these two together. Like literally every single season. There was even that little weird spell with Joey. I waited that whole
Let's talk
show.
About that.
Hold on. I waited that whole show, and they're just gonna hit me with, okay, we're good, and then that's it. We don't even get to see them together with the kid and everything. That's crazy.
Or will we in a reunion?
No, David Schwimmer already said no.
Yeah.
All right, but
you know what's funny? We can talk about the reunions real quick. David Schwimmer of Friends is the one that's ruining it for a reunion, and Steve Carell of The Office won't do a reunion.
You know,
like the two main characters. What do you guys?
Ross
doing?
was always my least favorite.
Okay,
he kind of annoyed me sometimes, though.
He did. I'll give you that. He definitely has his times.
Yeah, but that's pretty sad because I just want at least a reunion episode.
I know. Of both shows. Both shows need one. Real quick though, the ending of The Office.
Right.
Did you like it?
Yeah, but it made me sad. It made me really sad.
Yeah, I think
it was a happy sad.
That's what. If there was some sort of emotion that was evoked that much. Then it was a solid ending. And that's why I like The Office ending better than Friends. I will agree with you on that.
Yeah.
Friends was more of just like a content, like...
It was like unsatisfying.
Okay. It was kind of like a, okay.
Yeah.
The Office, though...
It gets you kind of depressed. It's like, ooh, man.
Depressed because it's over, but happy.
Yeah, because they end up happy, but then like they go their separate ways, and it's like,
The only thing that bugs me is I wish they got Steve Carell for more of the last episode. Like when they went back to the office and they were sitting there, reminiscing and stuff. I wish he was there for that.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure this is what happened. They probably only signed him for like a 1-day filming thing.
Makes sense.
So they just had him for the wedding. Because even at the wedding, you can see some scenes without him in it.
Right.
So that's probably what it was. But come on, you got to get him there. Or like the panel, when they had the panel. You got to get Steve Carell there. Come on.
I just want to say, they said they're going to make Friends in 2018. I mean, The Office reboot in 2018. What happened to that? Where'd it go?
I have no idea. What I want to know is NBC made it seem like it was a legit thing.
Yeah, they did.
Did they sign contracts and something and then someone backed out?
I heard, obviously, it's not going to be the original characters, all of them. But they were going to bring some, as like shows when they come back, they'll bring some of the old characters in. Yeah. I don't know what happened to it. I thought it was supposed to come out last year. It never did.
I feel like eventually maybe it'll turn out to be like a Fuller House type thing.
That would be pretty cool.
Where they have a couple characters, but like a newer cast.
Right. Fuller House was pretty good.
It's all right.
Yeah.
The thing about Fuller House is I feel like the level is as good as Full House, but it's just we're in a different age now where it's like we look back and I'm like, wow, why did we like that back then?
Yeah.
that was pretty corny. Like all these jokes are so corny.
Bob Saget.
Gotta love that guy.
All right.
All right, so next one.
Yep.
We kind of took a lot of time on that one. All right, we got this one's obvious. I already know the answer for both of us, and if your answer isn't the same, I don't know if I want you watching our podcast. No, I'm just kidding. I still do. Game of Thrones versus Breaking Bad. No question. In my eyes, there's no question. Both great shows.
Amazing shows.
Both great shows.
Amazing.
But it has to go to Game of Thrones.
It has to go to Game of
Thrones. If you haven't seen Game of Thrones, granted, it's gory. There are some disturbing scenes.
Right.
But you have to watch it.
I'm going to give Breaking Bad its 5 seconds of fame. An amazing show.
Yep.
I'd say before Game of Thrones, probably the best show. Just the inner workings of everything, the storyline, everything, amazing, fully interesting.
How'd you like the ending?
it was a weird one. It wasn't like I was unsatisfied with Friends. Again, spoiler if you haven't watched it, whatever. But I don't know. I heard they're gonna make a Breaking Bad movie, so it kind of ended up working. So they're gonna kind of go,
which I like it. I mean, obviously. So spoiler: Walt dies. I like how they did that because it's kind of like a good closing to the series.
Right.
Obviously, I was a little sad because everyone loves Walt.
It made sense though.
Yeah, exactly. But I did like how they let Jesse drive away.
Yeah.
So now it leads to this movie, which I don't know what's going to happen, but I'm excited.
It's going to be crazy.
We're going to have to definitely go see that and talk about that.
Game of Thrones, there is... Now, I know what it seems like. Oh, my God, another medieval show. So boring. So uninteresting.
I was one of those people.
Yeah.
I was literally one of those people that said that to him.
The first, 3-4 episodes, they just throw so much at you, and it might seem so boring or, so much. You're like, oh, dude, this is bad. Just ride out, that whole season, till the end of the season.
I'd say once you get to, episode 6, 7.
Right. It just heats up, and then it never goes down. It's guns blazing all the way through.
And you constantly think, how are they going to top this?
Yeah.
How are they going to top this? They do. Right. They do. They figure out a way.
And the amount of work that goes into there is... Game of Thrones has the largest active base of characters. So that means there's the most characters in any TV show that are actually important and relevant.
Yeah, main characters.
Right.
They have... I don't even know. I couldn't even tell you the number.
It's over 20. It's over 20.
Oh, yeah.
It's insane.
I don't even know the number, to be honest.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. But that show, and it's you try and predict what's going to happen. You're like, we'll throw in a little spoilers, but maybe not some main ones. But Robb Stark and his army,
right?
Going to defend Ned, right? You're like, okay, it's building up. Let's go, Robb Stark for the dub.
And
then
we won't spoil it, but let's just say it takes a crazy
whatever
turn.
You thought was going to happen,
definitely does not happen.
And you can't predict it.
No. And it's that's what's beautiful. And now we're going to the final season again. We're not going to spoil too much because I know there's a lot of people that still haven't seen the show. I don't know how. Basically it's the final season. We know everything. We know where we're at, but we still have no clue how it's going to end because literally anything could happen.
Yeah.
And that's why that show is the greatest because it has the greatest writing. If you go back and watch it the second time after you watch it the first time,
which is what we're doing right now,
right? You see the connections of what they foreshadow in the end. It's just a beautiful piece of art. It's beautiful. I recommend it 100%.
It's so good that it keeps you awake at night and your brain just hurts because you're trying to figure it out. You're trying to figure out what's going to happen. We've talked about this 1,000 times. What we think how it's going to end. We still have no idea.
No, because it's impossible to predict.
No.
And people that make the YouTube videos that have all these theory videos,
yeah,
all of them are probably wrong, and it's probably something completely different.
I love the theory videos.
Yeah.
Because they're all so good, too.
They are.
It's not like a fan theory where you're like, nah, no chance.
They
all
sense.
make sense, and you're like, wow, what if that could actually happen?
But then that's the problem. They all make sense. So which one is true?
You don't know which one is true. None of them are probably true. To be completely honest, none of them are going to be right. It's going to be some far-fetched thing that only these writers can figure out, and it's ridiculous. I love that show.
Yeah, definitely.
So if you haven't watched it, watch it because we're going to be doing probably right before it airs. We're probably going to be doing what we think is going to happen
Game of
type
Thrones
deal.
podcast kind of deal. Yeah.
And then when that season ends, you best believe that we're going to be talking about it.
Definitely.
All right, moving on. We have football versus football. So we got football versus soccer.
Listen, I'm not one of those people that'd be like, oh my God, you like football, you're terrible, because I also like football. And if you like something, you enjoy it.
Yeah.
The reason I say soccer is the greatest sport in the world is because the magic around everything is incredible. Don't get me wrong, there's magic moments in football. But with soccer, there's just things that happen in the game that won't happen in any other sport. For example, I'm trying to think of it there's players that do absolutely god-awful at the teams they're doing. One team's fighting for relegation and the player's sucking. Another person on the team is struggling to get into this top team. They go to another club in another country. They beat the champions of the Champions League, which is the whole League of Europe, and it's a beautiful success story. There's just so many other stories with the fans, players. The level that the fans have with the players is unmatched to other sports. The connection is so intertwined. You got, the players in the NBA. Oh, I love Boston, and I'm sure they do love Boston. But the players in England, specifically, and all around the country, it's to the point where them on a first name basis.
Yeah.
You'll be like, For example, Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang plays for Arsenal. There's a thing called Arsenal Fan TV. He knows the fans. The fans know him. They follow some of the fans. It's like
crazy.
You don't get that
Yeah.
in other sports. Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And that's just why I think that's the greatest, is because of the magic. Maybe not the actual content, but just the magic that surrounds all of it.
The thing I'll give soccer too. Don't get me wrong. I like football more.
Yeah, yeah.
I choose football,
Right.
but no. The thing I will give soccer is the sheer size of it. The sheer where it expands to. It expands to everywhere in the world.
Yeah.
Football expands to the U.S., Canada, but it's not that serious.
They're not a great team, but they still care about
in
it
Mexico.
there.
And then every now and then we have a game in London.
Well, Mexico. Oh, you're talking about football.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I thought you were talking about soccer.
No.
I get confused.
No,
like,
football.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. I know this kid's used to calling it football. Over
Yeah.
here. No. But yeah, that's really only where football is.
Yeah.
Soccer is literally in every country.
And it's insane. I don't get it. It's
it's ridiculous. Like the World Cup, that event
is it
just
massive.
shows the sheer size and impact soccer has on the world.
It's like, and what's crazy about that is it's like the whole world actually comes together for something. Like we're like this gigantic world filled with like 7 billion people, and at least 1 billion people are watching the World Cup final,
and
that's insane.
It's like the Olympic. Everyone loves the Olympics. Everybody watches the Olympics. That's the world coming together. But that's how many different sports.
Right.
This is one sport.
Exactly.
The World Cup. It's its own Olympics. It's ridiculous.
Right.
I will give that to soccer.
Yeah. I love football though. I love the American football. It's what I grew up watching as well as soccer. But like I said, soccer has that magic, but football has its own moments too.
Football, I will say for football, it's just the sheer entertainment. It has to be the most entertaining sport. As far as the wide audience that it reaches, because soccer, I would say, granted it's all over the world, but let's just look at the U.S. right.
U.S.
Soccer is
definitely.
very small
It's
in
a
particular.
niche.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Football is everyone. Football Sunday is a thing for almost everyone.
I agree.
So I will give football that. I just like football more. Obviously, I like to watch it more. I'm more of like a World Cup soccer viewer.
Yeah. Well, like I said, I don't care what people like. I'm not going to hate on football or other sports.
Absolutely
it's
not.
whatever you like. But obviously,
we've been best friends for I don't even know how long, and I don't really know soccer. But all right, so we're moving on.
All right.
We got Nike versus Adidas, or Adidas.
If you can't tell from my pants, it's got to be Adidas.
See, I don't know. I'm kind of mixed.
I like Adidas just because, I don't know. I feel like Nike, it kind of has a weird look to it. I look at everything from Adidas. I look at the shoes, the cleats, for soccer cleats, the clothes. I don't know. I think about it. How many people are rocking Nike pants, but how many people are rocking Adidas soccer pants?
See, I feel like we have to go by each thing. Nike, I would say, has shoes.
But who has better shoes? I know people are going to say Nike because they got the Jordans and then they got
That's
the
what
Air
I'm saying.
Maxes.
I'm just saying from everybody's point of view, I would say Nike.
I would think people would pick Nike.
But I might give it. I would give Adidas pants. I would say way more people have like the Adidas soccer pants than they do like Nike joggers or something.
I got to put respect on Adidas's names. They help make Yeezy.
Yeah, that's true.
They got the NMDs, the Ultra Boosts. So Adidas have their own
No,
collection.
they definitely do.
Yeah.
I just think that Nike right now. Adidas could easily pass them, but I'd say Nike right now has shoes.
Yeah.
Pants though, actually, I'd say clothing in general. Adidas might have. Right. They make some nice clothing.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's why I like Adidas better. Nike, don't get me wrong, Nike's a good company too.
Yeah.
But
I'm kind of mixed. I'm pretty sure I have like an even split of Adidas and Nike stuff. But I like them both.
I just try to stick to one brand because I know some people get like picky, like, oh, you're cross-branded Nike and Adidas.
Dude,
I don't really care, but
I work at a sporting goods store. I walk in wearing Nike shoes, Adidas pants, and an Under Armour quarter zip. I don't even care. I don't even care.
Yeah, true that. Screw you guys.
All right, we're moving on. This was his. I don't really have an. This is Cardi B versus Nicki Minaj. He put this one in here.
Can you tell I like Cardi B?
Yeah, this kid loves Cardi B.
No, I'll pick.
He's been defending Cardi for I don't even know how many years.
Nicki is not the first female rapper, but she's one of the best female rappers. But
what about Iggy?
Yikes. I guess she's up there. How many more female rappers can you really name?
Only a handful.
Missy Elliott. There's a couple other words. I don't want to name all of them. Yeah. Cardi B. I like Cardi B just because of her attitude. I don't know. Nicki Minaj's attitude lately. Just pure on attitude.
What has Nicki done lately? I haven't even. Has she been in the news?
She has a few music, a couple pieces out. They're all right. I feel like her rap style is kind of getting redundant. Like she always
Let me ask you this: do you think Cardi styled herself after Nicki? Like, do you think there was some inspiration there?
Maybe a little bit.
Because for me, as an outsider to like their music, I would say it's similar, in a way.
I don't know. I feel like I kind of feel like they have different flows, though. I don't know. It's weird because I know they both are from New York.
I mean, you're probably right.
I don't know. It's just weird.
I don't really listen to their music that much. I mean, I listen to songs every now and then.
Music-wise, it's tough. Nicki Minaj, I think, has more hits, like classic hits. But again, I think Cardi's too new. We don't really know if they're classics yet.
Yeah, we're going to have to look at this down the line.
Music-wise, I don't know. Just pure on attitude, I just know Nicki Minaj has just been really weird lately.
Attitude-wise, I'd say Cardi.
Yeah.
I'd say I'm Cardi.
That's what I picked. We don't have to go too deep on this.
Yeah. All right, so we'll move on. This is a big one to think about because this is the future of TV entertainment.
Okay.
TV, right now we have it as TV or Netflix, but I would say TV versus streaming apps in general.
This is just an easy question. It's streaming.
It has to be, yeah.
TV is, who said it best? I think basically TV is the radio of back then. So basically, obviously TV killed radio.
Mm-hmm. Well, I wouldn't say killed.
What was it TV? Well, it didn't. Well, it largely
limited.
Largely limited.
I would say.
Because
I mean, there's still a large need for radio.
Right, but think of how many people think of the stream numbers from people listening into radio and then listening into like streaming services like Spotify. It's not even close. That's just what I'm trying to say. So like with TV has always been the dominant source of television for the past I don't even know how many years.
Yeah.
But now streaming, especially on Netflix, YouTube, getting content anywhere online is just so much more massive than TV. Think about it. I
agree. Streaming definitely wins.
I just don't watch TV. I'm going to be honest.
I only watch it for live events.
Yes.
Sports, the Grammys or, a live event like that. Or
even now, though, there's just more apps that are making these live events on your, telephone, computer, whatever. Like soccer games now. I purchased the thing BR Live because they don't show all the things on TV. I have to purchase this to see all the games I want to see. Mm-hmm. So it's like even stuff like that, they're already starting to go away with. It's crazy.
I know I've mentioned it before, but Bobby Bones has a theory of TV that cable TV is going to transform into just live. And he didn't really dive into it too deep, so I don't really know exactly what he meant, but this is what I'm thinking. I think we might see more TV shows structured as live shows, whether it be reality or like almost like a Broadway, how they have like live plays and stuff. Maybe we'll see stuff like that because that, and I'm not going to say it's not impossible on streaming because we're already seeing live on streaming apps, but I think that might be the future for cable for now, or at least a possibility is just strictly live.
Right.
Because like you said, I mean, Game of Thrones, I would, go on demand or something. Now I just go on my laptop and
what's funny about this is most of the shows that are on these platforms like Netflix, Hulu, whatever, are shows that came from TV.
Yeah.
But that's just because that's where they came from. I mean, eventually people are going to they already start making them. They're already starting to make shows for specifically just Netflix that will never air on TV. It's just a matter of when everything's going to be online.
Yeah.
TV is not going to go away, just like radio didn't go away.
No. And I mean, you could view streaming as just the evolution of TV, just like podcasts and all this streaming stuff is the evolution of radio. Because, I mean, some of my podcasts that I listen to are radio shows that are just, recorded and then replayed as a podcast. You know what I mean? So they're all linked together somehow. Right. It's just, how companies such as, Xfinity and Verizon and stuff like that are going to compete with these streaming apps. I'm curious. I don't know. It's going to be, I mean, the greatest thing about this world is competition. I mean, if you look at it from an economic standpoint, and this is what we're seeing right now, streaming apps forcing these cable companies to change.
Definitely.
So maybe they'll come up with something better. I have no idea.
They have to, because I know people that don't even have, cable plans because they don't have streaming service. Like they just use streaming service. They don't even care about what's on television. So they got to change too.
Yeah. All right, so we are moving on. We touched upon this a little bit before.
Okay.
We got breakfast. This is a three-way.
All right.
We got breakfast versus lunch versus dinner.
I'll say breakfast.
This kid. All right.
What's yours?
It is dinner.
All right. Let me make my case.
Okay.
There are so many great foods with breakfast. There's so many different things you can make for breakfast that could also be other times of the day. PB&J sandwiches.
For breakfast?
Bro, why does everyone look at me when I say that?
You eat PB&J sandwiches
I've done
for
it
breakfast?
before many times. Okay?
I'm good.
And you're not the only person to look at me like that, and I don't know why. Do you guys eat PB&J sandwiches for breakfast? Please let me know.
If you eat PB&J for breakfast. I've never done that, and I've never heard of that.
Okay, well,
I'm not saying you're weird.
I know.
I'm actually saying he's weird, but I've just never done that.
All right, so you got like PB&Js. You got a whole assortment of cereals. Literally, as far as the eye can see, pick your cereal.
Okay.
It's there.
Mm.
There's waffles, pancakes, French toast, crepes, breakfast pizzas. There's like the list goes on, and there's so many different omelets. You add them in. There's just so many good things. It just doesn't have to be like the typical pancakes and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I just think there's so much, so much possibility with breakfast. I don't know. I just like the taste of breakfast.
See, I don't know if it's like, and I'm not gonna say OCD because I don't want to throw that term around lightly because it's a serious thing, but like, I just view breakfast as its own thing in the beginning of the day. And I don't know. I'm not a big morning person. I just don't like that time of day. And like, I'm not gonna like breakfast for dinner. I hate having breakfast anytime because I'm not gonna say I don't eat breakfast because I do. Like I like omelets. I like waffles, like we talked about, some cereals and stuff. I'm just not a huge fan. I would much rather have like a nice steak or some pasta.
I love those things.
I love dinner. Dinner's my favorite time of the day.
Yeah.
Lunch is up there though. I like me some sandwiches, but
yeah,
I'm definitely
dude.
See, and lunch and dinner are kind of interchangeable, like stuff you could have for both.
Right.
But I would say dinner.
I mean, just think about it though. Do you ever eat dinner for breakfast? I mean, if you do, you're a freak. But there's plenty of people that eat breakfast.
I mean, you're sitting over here eating PBJs for breakfast, which
not
I consider
weird.
a lunch.
That's not weird.
So what are you saying over here?
Come on, people eat jam on their toast. Come on,
that's
the same.
That's not the same.
Sorry that I want some protein with my breakfast. Okay.
See, the funny part is toast with peanut butter, breakfast. Toast with jam, breakfast. Peanut butter and jelly.
That's what I'm saying. Why do people look at it so different?
Nope. Do you toast the bread on your PB&J for breakfast?
No, bro.
See, that's lunch. I don't know. To me, that's a sandwich. That's lunch.
Oh man.
If you toasted the bread, I'd give you a little bit of the benefit.
I'm so curious to see what people have to say about this.
And me too. Honestly, let us know. We're gonna have to put this as a poll.
We're gonna have to
on that too, because I've never heard of that. I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah.
In my 20 years of life, I've never heard of a soul eating PB&J for breakfast.
Wow.
But yeah, so I'm gonna go with dinner.
Okay.
You got breakfast.
Yep.
All right. We got another three-way here. McDonald's versus Burger King versus Wendy's. I want to start out by saying I don't really eat fast food that much anymore.
Same here.
Yeah, we kind of like stopped doing that.
Yeah.
But I would have to say McDonald's. No?
Wendy's,
huh?
The thing about these three fast food chains is they each have their strength.
Okay.
Right? But I feel like Wendy has the most strength.
I respect it.
McDonald's has really good chicken nuggets, I feel.
Okay, let's do this. Let's rank burgers.
Okay.
Best place.
This is a tough one. I think Burger King and Wendy's are tied.
I say McDonald's. I don't know what it is about McDonald's burgers.
I don't like the taste of their burgers.
I love the taste of their burgers for some reason. I don't know what it is.
Wow.
Okay, fries.
I like Burger King.
The old Burger King fries, though, when they were thin, they made them thicker now, and I don't really like them. They're too much potato there. I would say Wendy's for fries. Wendy's or McDonald's?
I hate the taste of Wendy's fries. We have opposite taste buds. Yeah.
I know. What's going on?
Nah, the Wendy's fries have a weird taste in my mouth. Really? I'm not going to lie.
Oh,
Maybe it's my PB&J taste buds. I don't know.
Could be. That's probably what it is. Now, chicken nuggets. You say McDonald's?
Yeah, definitely McDonald's. Burger King has
that
the
one
worst.
I would also go Wendy's. I like Wendy's chicken nuggets.
So you're sure you're not really a Wendy's
Not
fan?
like the 4 for $4 chicken nuggets, though, because you notice when you get a 4 for $4, the chicken nuggets aren't as good as if you get like a 10-piece chicken
they probably
nugget.
just pick them out of the
Exactly.
the cold
They definitely give you like the budget chicken nuggets when you order the 4 for $4. But yeah, so I'm going McDonald's. You got Wendy's?
I got Wendy's just because I feel like they got the freshest food out of those three. They got the tasty burgers, tasty chicken sandwiches. Great from Wendy's, especially the Asiago chicken.
See, I love the McChicken sandwiches from McDonald's.
Jeez, this is.
I don't know what it is.
It's tearing us apart,
dude. Why did we talk about this? Because now I'm just craving a McChicken sandwich.
We can't.
This is all right. After this podcast, we're going to McDonald's now.
All
right. Next up, this is obvious for us, but this is quite the debate: iPhones versus Android. We're both team iPhone.
I like iPhones. The aesthetic of them are really nice.
Yeah, and I mean, we both had Androids. I changed earlier than you.
Yeah.
But iPhones are just superior.
Yes.
Maybe not technology-wise because, well, let's talk about this. It's weird. Androids technically have better technology.
They do.
Like the specs.
Their UI, which is like the user interface, the way it looks, is bad.
Yeah.
Because it's just not clean. It's not aesthetic.
And it feels like it doesn't run as smooth as an iPhone.
No, you're right.
All these Android lovers come at us with the specs, but like for me, it's just usage and ease of use.
Right.
And Android just doesn't have it.
Right.
Like the camera, like the Snapchat. You ever get Snapchats from Androids, and they're awful.
It's weird. I don't get it.
I don't.
And
know
they have the best camera.
I know they'll show you the specs. That's all they do. Anybody, if you're an Android lover, I'm sorry, but if you're an iPhone lover, you know what I'm talking about. Anytime we say that iPhones are better, they come at you with a list of specs.
Check these camera specs,
yeah,
bro.
they're like, yours is 1080,000 and mine is 1080,001. So got you. Like that's all they do the whole time.
And then they'll take a picture. It's like wicked blurry.
Yeah.
It's just.
By the way, I know 1080,000 isn't a number, but anyways,
I know.
screw off.
Just they get the aesthetic. Even with the laptops, I'll admit I'm not a Mac user. I like PCs better, but the aesthetic of them, they look really nice. The UI is just very clean.
And the ease of use.
Yeah, very
well,
smooth.
The ease of use, like once you get to know it, because obviously when you switch, it's some getting used to it.
It's very smooth, like you said.
It
it's
is,
just like,
yeah.
It doesn't feel choppy and clunky.
They definitely, like, I love Apple better because they focus on, like, just the individual using it as opposed to the specs. They'll get the specs eventually.
The thing I'll give Android is you have a little bit more freedom with stuff you want to do, whereas, Apple has, like, they're kind of locked, approved apps. You can't just add whatever you want. But, whatever. I still pick Apple. Yeah. They're better.
All right. Second to last. We got a doozy here. This is actually, I think this is the one that we were talking about, and this started it all.
This is the most personal one.
Yes. Chick-fil-A French fries versus Five Guys.
Now, is it French fries or waffle fries?
Well, it's waffle fries.
Okay.
Yeah.
And obviously Five Guys makes regular fries.
Yeah.
You can't get anything better than a fresh Idahoan potato shipped in a bag that says Five Guys with the checkers, and they greased it on that grill.
I
they
know.
They just slapped that whole bag in there.
He's just like the Android guy throwing specs at me.
They're just, you're not wrong. They're just so beautiful. I love the way they taste. I had Chick-fil-A fries, but be honest, Chick-fil-A, godsend. I love Chick-fil-A.
Yeah.
The waffle fries weren't the best. I got them a little cold. It might be that.
That's it right there. How many times have you had Chick-fil-A?
Just once.
This discussion is over.
I would still pick Five Guys though.
We're postponing this until you have warm Chick-fil-A fries at least 3 more times.
But I would still pick Five Guys. Five Guys has the best fries.
I disagree. Okay.
They're called Five Guys Burgers and Fries. They're not Chick-fil-A burgers. You know what I'm saying?
If you're not going to choose Chick-fil-A fries, how are you going to throw a Five Guys fries at me? As the best?
Out of the best fast foods, yeah.
No. Well, I just don't like the taste of Five Guys fries.
I love them.
Whatever spice they put on it.
It tastes so good to me.
Nah, it's got this weird flavor to it. I don't know.
But then they have like the ketchup just the offset with it.
Chick-fil-A, you can have the ketchup going.
I know, but it doesn't do the same for me. They're good. Don't get me wrong, but they're not as great. But Chick-fil-A itself, the chicken.
Oh yeah, Chick-fil-A, like you said, is a godsend. I'm going to Virginia in a couple days. I'm gonna eat Chick-fil-A at least like 6 times.
You lucky duck.
But I don't know. Chick-fil-A fries. First off, the waffle fries. I just love the texture. It's bomb. And the salt. They don't put too much salt. A lot of places put, like Wendy's, I feel like puts way too much salt.
They do put too much salt in their fries.
Chick-fil-A, perfect. I don't know, and it just accents.
But do you get as many fries? You think that's weird? Five Guys, you order them small, you get a whole bag.
I will give you that. That is something that Five Guys has over Chick-fil-A. I will give you that. Yeah. They give you a ridiculous amount of fries. I don't know, Chick-fil-A fries, dip it in the Chick-fil-A sauce.
Yeah, Chick-fil-A sauce is good.
Chick-fil-A sauce is the best sauce of any fast food restaurant. Mm-hmm. Come at me if you think that's wrong. It's not. All right, last one. Okay. Also a pretty big one. Twitter versus Instagram.
Okay. Here's my spiel about this.
All right.
Instagram, they're two different beasts.
Yes.
But Instagram has the better algorithm for trying to grow and trying to meet new people. They have a better algorithm.
Agreed.
But Twitter has the best content because it's more personal. The most intelligent people are on Twitter because there's just like those funny remarks.
Okay. Whoa. This kid's pulling out. Wow, you're just rational Instagram lovers out here.
No, it's because
you're saying we're stupid.
That's not what I'm trying to say.
He's saying we're stupid. Who's got my back in this fight?
That's not what I'm trying to say. What I'm trying to say is there's just so much opportunity for funny things to happen or even thoughtful discussion. With Instagram, you post a picture, and don't get me wrong, it's really cool to see some of the pictures people post and content people post. But then the discussion in the comments, like, okay, yeah, you can talk in the comments, but it's not the same as Twitter.
I will agree with you with that. Where if you're looking for funny content, Twitter is definitely the better.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, first off, I agree with you on the algorithm.
Yeah.
Hands down, Instagram wins. That's end of discussion. For me, I just like Instagram because I don't even know if it's... I've never really classified myself as a visual person because I'm pretty diverse. I can kind of do whatever, so I don't really mind. But I just like the ease of use of just scrolling through and seeing the pictures. And then, like, the picture catches your eye, you read the caption, you find out what's going on.
Wasn't that the same with Twitter, though?
No, Twitter's more the words. You have to get it with the words.
Yeah.
I would say Twitter is definitely more word-based.
Definitely.
And Instagram is obviously picture-based. And I don't know, I just feel like it's more relaxing and easier to scroll through Instagram. Plus Instagram stories. I love Instagram stories.
Maybe, I don't know, maybe it's just because I'm just a freak where I just want to know knowledge. So I'm just like reading and I'm just like,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Plus I feel like whatever you've done the most, you just kind of stick with.
Yeah.
And I feel like you've always been team Twitter.
Yeah.
I feel like you've never really been big on Instagram. I've just always loved Instagram. Like,
Right.
What's your order? Everybody has an order. Like, busy day, lay down, right before you go to bed. What's your order of social media apps?
Twitter?
And I'm asking you this too. Definitely put this in the comments or DM us or something. I want to hear.
Definitely go through Twitter first. That's the cream of the crop right there.
Mm-hmm.
Then, to be honest, I'll probably do a little scroll through Instagram, just a little bit, check it, watch a few stories.
Mm-hmm.
Then I'll go to Snapchat, and then I'll go back to Instagram just for a little bit, and then I'm done.
That's interesting. How you go Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, Instagram.
Instagram just loses
Not back
my focus.
to Twitter though.
It just loses. No, because I go through Twitter like the whole.
So like
thing.
it's it. That's it. Okay.
That's it.
See,
I don't want to be waiting on those. You ever do this? I know people do this at home too. You scroll through thing, you close the app, and then open it again, expecting something.
when you have nothing to do
Right.
and you're just like constantly refreshing.
Yeah.
Definitely been there. But for me, it's Instagram, Snapchat, Twitter.
Wow.
And then when I get bored of Twitter, it's back to Instagram.
Damn.
Hoping
okay.
that there's
Completely
more that it
opposite.
refreshed. Yeah. I don't know. I guess maybe when it comes to social media, I'm really visual. I like seeing the pictures and seeing some videos and stuff, what people do. For instance, Instagram, I always go through every single post until I get to what
I'll be honest
what
with
I
you.
did last.
Yeah.
Twitter, I never do. I never catch up on
That's
Twitter.
I'm the opposite. I go through all
This
of
is
Twitter.
funny. We're finding out today that we are the opposites on a lot of things.
I just feel like with Twitter, I just like knowing information. So like Twitter, I feel like is even with like content creators, sports, whatever. I feel like the most information is shared on Twitter.
I'll agree with that.
So I'll just like
to some extent.
Like, what are you gonna say?
Well, see, I feel like this is the real reason behind all this is I love music.
Yeah.
Eventually, hopefully soon, making music and posting that content. So I follow a lot of people that do that. And I feel like Instagram is better for that because it's a lot of videos. It's a lot of images to get your attention to do something. If it's buy tickets or download someone's music. It's not as big on Twitter. It's still huge on Twitter, but it's not as big. Instagram is definitely the place for music.
Yeah.
Where you come from, you came from video games and stuff like that. That's definitely Twitter.
Yeah.
I don't even think, YouTubers and stuff like that. They don't really do Instagram.
It's
that much.
hard. No, because it's hard because it's just. I don't know. With a lot of YouTubers, you can't get the same info across as you can on Twitter. Because like on Twitter, you can have like a 280 character word, and it's not weird. It's not a big clunk in the Instagram description. So it's just like easier, and then you have all the fans commenting. It's easier to reply to them. Bam, bam, bam.
Yeah, because I feel like music is more like pictures of concerts that you do, videos.
Instagram is more content based. Twitter is more conversational based.
Yeah,
so
and more like information based.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's where
right, because like Instagram is where it's almost like it's almost closer to YouTube than it is Twitter, in the sense that all right, you post a video to YouTube, but then you're also posting like an image, a cool image, or like a piece of content on there. Where Twitter, you can still do that, but what people are looking for more on that platform is like conversational topics.
I would agree with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I think we nailed it. I think that's solid.
Right on the head.
That's the Versus podcast, the Versus episode.
I think that went pretty well.
Honestly, I think that made you hopefully learn a little bit about us and maybe a little bit about yourself as well. Definitely, if you guys enjoyed it, if you want some more, if you have ideas,
let us know what some of the some of the stuff you guys picked in the comments too.
Absolutely. Tell us what your side on. Let me know if you want to beat the living out of JD. Let me know. We'll team up. Definitely follow the socials, Matt and JD, Twitter, Instagram. Anything else?
No, I mean, it was a great podcast. I think we're solid. You know, have fun in Virginia. You know, he will already be in Virginia, but wish him a good time in Virginia.
Thank you.
By this podcast comes out,
Thank you. And when I come back, I mean, I'm not doing much down there. I'm just kind of relaxing and visiting with family.
Hopefully it's warm. I know Virginia doesn't get too warm at this time.
Yeah, I think it's probably like spring-ish.
Okay, hopefully there's good weather down there.
Yeah, that's what I'm hoping. Better than up here. We just had snow
and freezing cold temperatures.
Did you have to shovel the other day?
I did. That
Dude,
slush.
The heavy snow. My back is still killing me. Oh God! If you're not in the snow right now, consider yourself lucky.
You're blessed.
But all right, so that's gonna do it for us today.
Definitely solid cast.
I hope you guys enjoyed. For those of you listening on the podcast apps, definitely check out the YouTube channel so you can see all the clips and stuff that we talked about.
Right.
And if you're watching on YouTube and you didn't get to finish, drive somewhere and listen to the rest of it.
Why not?
We're everywhere, just for you guys to utilize. All right, but that's gonna do it. We will catch you in the next one. Next one's episode 10. We're gonna have to come up with something exciting for that one. Yeah. All right, we'll catch you in the next one.
Peace.
Later.